They say reading maketh a full man. Well, if you're an avid reader and find joy in helping others learn, this month's program is for you. Hello, I'm Kerry, and today we're in class because our career discussion is singularly focused on a profession linked to spaces like this one. Later, we tap into some important information for young people, and then one sure way of getting your foot in the door. Please stick around.
Let's try to put those together. Again. What's that word? Pops. Pops. Call that word. Pops. Call the word. Pops. This word says pops. All right.
Michina Colson is a school-based literacy coordinator for the Ministry of Education.
Oh, this is my passion.
And that is usually the case for just about everyone who pursues this particular career path.
You have to be committed, you have to be patient. To treat with reading problems is not easy, right? But you have to be committed to the task.
A literacy specialist, sometimes called a reading specialist, is an educator who helps students develop their literacy skills.
When we talk about literacy skills, we're talking about writing, oral language or speaking, listening, and critical thinking. You take a clinical approach to teaching. So there you treat with the difficulties, reading difficulties, writing difficulties, and all of that.
We work on the words and then we go to the actual reading. So it's a step-by-step process. I also use the guided reading where I would read along with them, I would guide them into reading.
We also have those students who are performing above, and so the job of the literacy specialist is to provide enrichment programs so you know how to treat with those students as well.
We tie in with the regular classes through consultation as well as through observation of what the children are doing and so on. He, come on, he forgot. Remember that word from this board. Let's read again. He forgot. Says us.
Persons who take on this job are expected to have taken a number of post-secondary courses that focus specifically on literacy or reading education. A bachelor's or master's degree may be necessary.
You have different tertiary institutions that you can go. I know the Micro University, they have a lot of reading programs, they offer a lot of reading programs, and also degree in literacy in reading. And the University of the West Indies, they also have a bachelor's course in literacy studies and a master's course as well, and you can do that face-to-face or online. And I think Monique Teachers College, they have a literacy program there as well.
As long as the school or program you choose is accredited, your certification should also work in other countries. But
you need to, however, learn the culture of the places that you go to, because with literacy, you have to really teach it according to culture.
And locally or overseas, there is a solid demand for literacy specialists.
Yes, there are. And the schools, especially the primary schools and even high schools, they have a high demand for literacy specialists.
Earning potential is also good, with local jobs attracting as much as 7-figure salaries and comparable numbers overseas.
So it's very lucrative.
So that I can give back really to my community, to my area, in whatever way I can. And this is my little way of doing that.
First and foremost, I have a passion. I have a love for reading, a passion for literacy. I love to help people, I love to help students. And one of my major success is getting a child who don't even know letter sounds. And at the end of a year or at the end of even 6 months, that child can read even a paragraph, and that is satisfying for me.
This word says what? Fox. This word says fox. That's 2 animals
Did you enjoy that? Seems like a truly rewarding career option, right? As you ponder that, let's check in with one of our cabinet ministers for some news about employment opportunities for young people.
We're looking at areas like agricultural entrepreneurship, a lot more mentoring for our rural youth. We're looking at craft and fashion design, and we're looking at manufacturing for some of our urban young people, as well as exploring areas in music and businesses.
That was the Youth and Culture Minister Lisa Hanna announcing in early April that the National Youth Service was on a mission to create and encourage self-employment opportunities for Jamaica's young people.
Right now, the economic environment and the state of the job market really make it critical for us as a National Youth Service to prepare young people to earn a living and to contribute to national development.
Minister Hanna says more than 11,500 young people can benefit from the various NYS programs this fiscal year, which runs from April 1, 2013 to March 31, 2014. Among the initiatives are an NYS Youth Apprenticeship and a Graduate Work Experience program.
Because we recognized as well that we have some young people out there who graduated from university and also need a step up. They need some internship, they need some apprenticeship experience so that their resumes can be built up.
A success camp and financial assistance will also be provided. Through its 4-year programs, the National Youth Service is a government body that equips youths with the necessary life skills to foster their personal and career development and enhance their contribution to community and national development. To find out if and how the NYS can benefit you, visit them at 6 Collins Green Avenue in Kingston or online at nysjamaica.org. You may also email them at mail@nysjamaica.org or just call 754-981628.
Hello again. Before we put a lid on this career discussion, we've got a few quick tips on something the Youth Minister mentioned earlier: internship.
Nick, I got it. Google. You got us a job at Google? Not a job. It's an interview for an internship that could lead to a job.
Welcome to Google. This will not be your average internship.
We're looking at some sort of mental Hunger Games against a bunch of genius kids for just like a handful of jobs.
That's a Sharpie, by the way, genius.
Funny, but it is a real-life practice. Companies do provide work experience for students or young professionals, sometimes with a stipend, but often unpaid. Here's why you might want to consider this route. You gain valuable work experience, which can boost your resume and therefore employability. You're exposed to the office and work culture, so the learning curve is less steep once you actually get a job. You get to test your love of a particular career without being committed to a job right now. You can network with influential people in your career field to help you find work later, and you're positioned to develop new skills. To find an apprenticeship position, try going through the phone book and calling companies in your field of interest and ask if they're accepting apprentices. You may also check in with your school's career counselor, friends, or relatives. Once you know where to apply, send in a resume and personalize the cover letter showing not just your skills, but also emphasizing what the company will gain from accepting you. There may be no salary to think of, but an apprenticeship position might just pay off huge dividends in the long run. Think about it. That's it, all the time we have for this month. We're back the last Monday of May. I'm Kerry. Till our next meeting, consider these words from former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan. Literacy is a bridge from misery to hope. It is a bulwark against poverty and a building block of development. Literacy is the road to human progress and the means through which every man, woman, and a child can realize his or her full potential.